My name's Chevron Hassett, and I'm an artist now working out of Whangarei. What interests me as an artist is ever changing. Like it's not one clinical thing or one binary thing, and it's kind of a reflection of my life. That kind of, for me, my practice is a reflection of my life and the times that I'm in that moment. For example, like living in the city for a long time, it was really responsive to that and to the nature of living there and the experiences I've had and my friends and family, and also growing up in a community. I really made a lot of work about that. Now that I've moved and now living in a bit more of a smaller place, a bit more calm, a bit more rural, my interest in art is changing. Cool, so yeah, I'm currently relocated to Whangarei, and I have a studio space at Hihioa Cultural Centre. I've been wanting for a long time, like how people might put a little photo up on the wall of like their dream, a little sunset and like some water, I've been dreaming for a while to have a studio near water. Luckily I'm in a space which is Māori owned, Māori run. It's very warm and comforting, and I haven't really had that before in a creative space. And there's so many skilled people here in their crafts. There's a lot of whakaaro artists and weavers and that coming through, but it's predominantly like a big, they do a lot of big carving projects out of here. So it's cool, they've given me a little backspace where I can come in every day, work on my projects. It's really a beautiful space to be in. It's actually makes me excited to go to the studio. So a couple of years ago, I was invited to have an exhibition with the Govett-Brewster from Hanaheva, Rose, who was a curator there at the time. And through the next coming years, COVID kind of happened, and the project got pushed back and back and back. And through that period of time, I started researching what I could respond to, and I was kind of really seeing the things that are happening around the world with the toppling of statues and Indigenous rights movements and Black Lives Matter rights movements. I became a bit more focused on seeing, just like investigating and researching around colonial statues here in Aotearoa and the histories attached to them. And through that time and having conversations with people, I became aware of the Frederick Carrington statue across the road from the gallery. And I wanted to make a response to that. Frederick Carrington was kind of coined the name Father of New Plymouth. He surveyed the area, and kind of during that time too, it was, there's a lot of serious things that happened, the removal of local Māori and how that place came to be, like anywhere else in New Zealand. But if you go there, you won't see any kind of monument reflecting the narratives of those people. So I became interested in who's represented and who's not. And in collaboration with that work, there's another work around the corner, and it's a billboard. It's a pretty straightforward billboard, so it says stolen land, which is, it's funny that I got paid to do that, but I like bold, simple works that can be seen from a mile away or can stand out. Foundation of that kind of series is looking at histories that have been told, colonial histories and narratives that have really shaped not only local or national kind of culture, but also kind of the wider Pacific, and using young Pacific and Māori or young Indigenous youth from this part of the world as a response to the history. And they're like a contemporary opportunity, like I'm using them as like a contemporary opportunity to change narratives or visions of who we should idolize or who we should see as important or who we should see as valued. Because growing up in this community, I didn't feel valued, and I can feel like a lot of the time these still similar and exist with the young people, that they're not represented or they're not also seen as valued, while the statue of this person is. So it's coming from all these sort of backbones and these sort of narratives. But this artwork was kind of like a first step of that. And I was grateful to have the opportunity for New Plymouth. And another thing behind the work that's more of a personal thing is my Pākehā side of my ancestry, kind of living from New Plymouth, so like I spend a lot of time going there, and that kind of internal intention too, for myself. But yeah, have kind of a sentimental attachment to the place from my childhood, but understanding kind of the histories as well is very contentious. So that's the kind of the basis of the mahi. What do I hope the visitors or the audience take away from my work at Govett-Brewster? I haven't really considered it too much. Sometimes I do think about the audience and the viewership, and sometimes I don't. I think in this work, I was half and half. You know, I didn't give too much depth and depth thought, into wondering what they would think. I think I just put out what I wanted. I hope if they can enjoy it, at least on a visual value, and they just enjoy how it looks and how it might interact with the space and within the town. But if they have the chance to kind of open up and look into kind of the deeper meaning and deeper narratives that I'm sharing, that they can take some of their perspective away and take some of their history away as well, and maybe look into some of the history of their own areas as well. So what am I working on now and what's next? I'm working on a few public art projects. I've been curated into a couple by Melanie Baldwin, Tama Waipara, up in Gisborne. So I'm going to be making another light sculpture, text-based, which I'm excited about. That's in June. And early July I'm working on making an artwork as well in Gisborne under these people with Mel. She offered me an opportunity to paint a basketball court, which has also been a dream of mine for a while. So it's really cool. Like it's in Ngāti. It's a bit more like community focused, but hopefully I can, you know, give it a good hoon and make some nice, beautiful work for them. The majority of my practice for the last few years has been very outdoor based, like in the sense that I have to go to somewhere to make work and travel and respond. And a lot of the making in the studio is very digital and drawing and concept developing. So I really want to come back into actually just make work in the studio and be a bit more of a hermit and lock myself away. And that's another reason why I moved to Whangarei too. I find there's a bit more clarity for me here. It's been actually a really good experience working with the gallery, and it's been a privilege, you know, the expertise and the professionalism they have there. I've learnt a lot. Also seeing the other exhibitions on at the time was really inspiring as well. I just want to say thank you to everyone involved, everyone that supported this project come to be. I'm excited to see where this work goes to next and where it develops and grows. And I hope that in the future I can maintain a positive relationship with the gallery and have further opportunities and, you know, just keep making work, and just grateful for the chance to have a show in New Plymouth. Kia ora.